we gotta do what I believe is more quest roundup, because we never went up here. What is this thing?
Patrice has such a kind heart. I hope she manages to find some peace. My poor Morris. I hope he's surviving out there. Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place, but we don't always get to choose, do we? What a nasty business with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't here for this. He's such a bleeding heart.
What happened with that boy you mentioned?
Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the road keeper, and now poor Col's locked up in a cage. Him and Patrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age.
I'm not a refugee, I just have business in the keep. What's it like living here? Heard all you had a strange dream some time ago.
A dream? Oh, yes. There was one, but I don't quite remember what it was about. I'm sorry, dear.
Cool. What's it like living here?
At first, it wasn't so bad. But now it gets worse every day. We just sit around here, doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, we have food, we have a roof over our heads, and we're grateful for that. But no one trusts us enough to let us do any work. None of us wants to be a freeloader, as they call us. I wouldn't mind a task or two to earn my keep and to take my mind off my troubles. I might not be all hale and hearty, but I've still got two good hands, which is more than you can say about some of the codgers living here.
Business.
I'm sorry, dear. I hope you see I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there, working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my beloved in the evenings. We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us a choice, does it?
What happened?
Little Grove was raided by bandits, a local gang that had been terrorising the area for months, growing in numbers with each raid. Their leader, Bald Kate they called her, somehow got hold of a branding iron used to mark outlaws. After pillaging a village, she'd brand some men and women of her choosing. That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them, and that they'd have no choice but to turn to her if they wanted to survive. My Morris used to be a skilled tanner. I guess that's why she picked him.
Did he stay with the band?
Yes, I asked him to. He wanted to run with me, but he was still feverish after the branding. I was worried he'd die on the road. Now, I don't have many kind words for Kate, but she doesn't like her efforts to go to waste. As long as he stayed, she'd make sure he was healed. I hated leaving him there, and I hate to think of what she's making him do, but I hope he's at least still alive.
Did you ask
Of
for
course
help?
I did, right after I got here. The only answer I got was that they're aware of the bandit problem and are dealing with it. But I've heard rumours that the gate is always shut and the keepers are forbidden to leave. So, I've got no hope there.
You didn't
Look
stay
at me,
with
love. I'm just an old woman. I've lived a quiet life. Never learned any skills Kate would find useful. She has no need for useless mouths to feed. And Morris, well, he didn't want me to stay anyway. He said we'd find our way back to each other, but I'm starting to fear we'll have to wait for another life.
You know where the camp is?
What I've heard, they decided to stay in Little Grove for a while. Drinking my cider to the last drop, no doubt. Not like they have to worry about the authorities. The only ones we saw were the Camelot tax collectors who came by once a year. Other than that, not a uniform in sight since I was a little girl.
I'll keep an eye out for your
Mother
husband.
bless you, my dear. That's all I could ask for. Please, let me know as soon as you learn anything. Stay safe, dear.
Boom, new quest.
They said it would get easier.
You've come to put me in the cage.
Well,
Sorry. Just a bit of grim humour. You know, about what's been happening here. Such a mess, isn't it? Cola's alright, and Beatrice, what a shame. Such a fine girl. Anyway, I'm Ellis. Nice to meet you. What do you need?
heard all you had a
Aye,
strange
that
dream.
was a dream. Strangest bloody thing out of all the strange shite I've seen. When we woke up, we realised that every one of us had a weird night. I was out in the wild. I had this feeling like something was chasing me. But it was Col who really had it rough. Poor sod was moping around afterwards like he'd been hit by a sack of bricks.
Where'd my mouse go? Okay. Did Cole tell you what
No, he didn't talk to me or anyone else in the group. Guess he didn't want us to worry. Especially his lass.
Something about him changed.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
changed.
know, to be honest. See, Cole has always been quick to anger, especially when things went sour. And back then, an awful lot of things were going to shite. But this time, I don't know. It felt different. He didn't even bother chatting with Beatrice. Normally, they're a good couple. A real match, if you ask me.
The night when you had a strange dream, you were on night watch, weren't
Right.
you?
I admitted to them that I'd fallen asleep. My eyelids felt like they weighed a ton, and before I knew it, I was out. Maybe it's stupid, but I had this strange feeling, like something was inviting me into that dream of me. Don't ask me why. Feels mad just talking about it now, but, well, we were all dead tired, so it's probably just that. Well, I'm Ellis. Goldsmithing is my life and passion, and between you and me, I feel like I'm losing my mind without it. When I hold tools and make beautiful things, it feels like I can bring some light into this wretched world. I wish I was somewhere where I could just do some goldsmithing, but I'm a bit scared. So, here I am. Sitting on my ass in some village listening to waves and the screams of seagulls and old men. Nothing to write home about, even if I still had one. I was working as a goldsmith in a group of, let's call them business people. I was once travelling with a caravan that got attacked by him. Their chief was a smart guy. The moment he heard I was a goldsmith, he knew what to do with me. He got me converting all the jewellery they stole into new pieces. Do you want to hear what I did once?
Go for
We
it.
went to Timberwall. The gang wanted to rob some merchant's house. We holed up in a seedy tavern and waited for the right moment. Then, one night they broke in. Came back with a whole load of trinkets. Beautiful stuff. The moment I saw it all, I instantly knew what I wanted to craft. They gave me a couple of days. I tinkered for a bit, and then, ta-da! Brand new merchandise. After I was finished, I dressed myself all nice, went to that merchant's house and went, "Good morning, kind sir. I'm a goldsmith. My work is renowned in all of Camelot. Would you be interested in what I have to offer?" You know what he said? Of course I would. That nonce bought the entire lot, even though I inflated the prices like a street peddler. And when I came back, the others couldn't believe their eyes. I thought I was gonna keel over. I miss that.
Well, probably should have kept to that. Seems like you'd give you a little passion.
Still breathing. Still
Okay.
breathing.
Something happened. Frang listens. Cole in the cage for the rest of his life. Das isn't no living. It would have been better to just end it. Frang never met the keepers, but the unnamed boy did. Once, a few of them, many years ago, we thought. The unnamed boy survived even though he showed fear. Shouldn't do that.
What is happening? What just happened, bro? Why did the unnamed boy fight with
The keepers approached the camp of the boy's people, but that past does not belong to Frang. I'm Frang.
What do you think of the horns?
A place without a leader. As I see it, it will finally fall apart. One way or another.
This guy seems suspicious. How about the people living here?
Don't bother.
What about the people you came here with?
Now they're a bit like Frang. Strays with no home. But Reese is strong, despite what happened with Cole. Ellis. He's funny. I like him. Rawson. I know nothing about her. And Dugald. A man who became Frang's father. He has my gratitude. There are no tales about a place that survived without a strong leadership. And it's not about kings, nobleshites, or chieftains. Titles are just words that pull the wool over a man's eyes. What's needed is a strong soul with a strong name. And their names mean as much as Frang's, which is to say, nothing.
Not from here, are you?
Not from anywhere. Frang is attached to nowhere. I found a home with Dugald. I owe him a life debt.
Earl, you had a bad
Frang
or a
doesn't
strange
agree.
dream.
Frang calls them visions. And yes, Frang had one not long ago. Alone, surrounded by wolves. They were no aggressive, so Frang felt no fear. It was they who feared Frang. Then, I caught the scent of blood and followed it. But I didn't reach the end. The vision stopped. Now, Frang waits for the next one to see what's ahead.
He doesn't always frang himself.
Nothing ever will.
Sometimes he will do I. I know for a fact there might be like a chopping block right there. Wait, Wait, actually, let me see. 13 more.
You sure about that?
Sometimes it's nice to just sit.
Okay. Nope, wrong one. Boom. There it is. Yank. Yeah, we won't ever leave one of these undone. Again, learn our lesson. Okay, so this is something happening. Wait, okay, there's like a debuff on me. Weird night. The night has come. Oh, okay. There it is.
Ah, that's you. Do you need something?
You haven't recently? Wait. Okay. Resolve the matter with
Cool.
coal.
Oh, the biting refugee! Yes, yes, I've heard. I'm so glad that whole mess is finally over. It's a huge weight off my shoulders, I'm not gonna lie. I know Fergus probably already rewarded you, but here, take something extra
Oh, nice.
from me. And maybe now we'll actually get some peace and quiet around here.
Dog. House for sale.
Yes, that old house. That place has been empty for years. The story goes, the last owner, Keeper Galen, threw himself into the sea one stormy night. Some folks whisper of curses or restless spirits, but I say it's just talk. The captain put it up for sale ages ago, but no one's had the guts or sense, if you ask me, to take it. If you're thinking of buying it, go for it. Make it your home. Every house deserves someone to fill it with life again.
Fix the deck.
You did? I thought I heard some hammering. Oh, well, thank you for that. Truly. One less thing to worry about, right? Here, I put aside some money from my budget. You've earned it. And you have my gratitude.
Thank you, friend. Need help with anything else? Wait, what's in the shop? Oh, he sells home decor.
Ah. I'd ask you to fix the refugee barracks, but, well, there's no budget for making people's lives slightly less miserable. We'd have to do with something less spectacular. There are two places around here that could use some fixing up. First, there's the old gate. It used to be a proud marker for our territory, but now it's more of a sorry welcome sign. Then, there's the monument to the sea creature. It's been weathered down by the salty breeze, and honestly, it's starting to look less monumental and more pathetic. If you could restore them, it would do wonders for morale, and maybe even impress Fergus. What do you say? Ah,
You got it,
that's
boss.
the spirit. I knew I could count on you. Once those are back in shape, this place might start looking like it's cared for again.
Bet.
Please.